Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another review, and this right here is the high-grade After War Gundam Airmaster Burst from After War Gundam X. I love the Airmaster, can't seem to find the high-grade version of it anywhere, but hey, the Airmaster Burst is an awesome rebuild of that particular mobile suit, so this is what we're going to be checking out today. As usual, this is a premium Bandai. I'm calling them that. That's what I'm calling it from now on. This is a premium Bandai. So that means I did get mine right here from BUYEE, so if you want one of your own, I'll drop a link to them down there in the description. And I know there has been an awful lot of premium Bandai reviews lately. That's due to a combination of reasons, which is 1. Bandai haven't been releasing a whole lot of gunpla lately, and 2. Anything they did release, well, Japan Post has shit the bed and has, well, kind of inserted them into a weird postage limbo. But I know a lot of you guys want to see some older kits on here, so I took a note of a lot of the ones you were looking for, saw what I could find, and this is the pile I got in the door today. So if there's anything you want to see from this pile, then drop it down there in the comments and I will get to it ASAP. But anyway, onto that Airmaster Burst. So jumping right on into the overview, and there is absolutely everything that comes in the box, which is not a lot really. We've got 2 guns and a little sheet of stickers, that is all. This kit does also slam in a little bit of a transformation, but still, for a 2,400 yen Gundam, this is not a whole lot, and that was its price at release. Still 700 yen more than the standard Gundam Airmaster, but anyway, we'll check out those accessories later. For now, onto the Airmaster Burst itself. So anyway, there is the Airmaster Burst out of the box, just snapped together, with a little bit of black panel lining on the legs. That was done with just a standard fine liner style Gundam marker, that is the Sumi Ire type in black by GSI Kureos. So yeah, the Airmaster Burst right here is a little bit of a mixed bag. It's both awesome and extremely simple all at the same time. What kills me right off the bat is the fact that it's so hollow inside of these little wings right here. You know, even when you're looking at its fairly awesome looking profile, you've got that to contend with back there. But besides that, pretty nice. I'm surprised there isn't black stickers for inside the chest vents, that crotch vent, and the other miscellaneous vents all around the kit. It's just those stickers there in that blue color for up on those lines on the shoulder, which I'll probably use because it looks a little bare without those, and the white one there is for on that chest section just right here. Besides that though, sticker wise, it's just the eyes there, the head camera on the front, and there's a head camera around here on the back. But yeah, let's stick these old stickers on. Shoulder ones first. Let's get that up there. Get the wing out of the way. Yeah, the shoulders ones aren't the worst. Whoa. Stand up, will ya? They fit into a recessed part on the shoulders, so they don't look too bad. They're easy enough to fit. And as for that one on the chest, just pop it off. And there we go. I guess not the worst place for a sticker ever, but yeah, one of you guys on Instagram mentioned about the chest vents there, so just gonna give them the old scribble. And jam in my super manly Q-tip to get a nice fade. Alright, let's get them spinning. So now that we've got the stickers stuck on and some of the black filled in, there is what the Airmaster Burst looks like, spinning in a circle. So I will mention right out of the box it does look a little bit plain, but with that little bit of extra effort it looks pretty cool. So that does mean that all the physical aspects are there. The silhouette is fantastic. Most of the most important colors are where they should be, and speaking of which, I love the color layout on this mobile suit. It's so unusual. The white on this is broken up quite a bit, not in your typical kind of way, and that I love. Also, the way those booster thruster thingamabobbers attach onto the shoulders is also very unique. This kit, in a way, kind of has a little bit of a Gundam Seed vibe to it, while at the same time looks like nothing I've seen before. And on the whole, Bandai has done a great job right here. So to me, After War Gundam X has always felt like a little bit of an indirect Gundam Wing follow-up, and the same goes with the size. It's a little bit smaller than your average sized Gundam, quite smaller than a somewhat medium-sized Gundam, and a whole lot smaller than a very big Gundam like the new Gundam right here, which absolutely dwarfs it. But not quite as small as a teeny tiny Gundam like the Crossbone. So jumping on back to the beginning of the video, there is absolutely everything that comes in the box when it comes to the accessories, so let's check them out, and this won't take long. So first up in here we've got a pair of Buster rifles, and yeah, If you were thinking Gundam Wing, well, these aren't quite as large as the Buster Rifles from Gundam Wing. They're actually, well, fairly puny. So when it comes to the build of these are just made out of 2 parts each. That's just half and half like a sandwich with nothing on it. And just in case you're not too familiar with these, here's the gist from the Gundam Wiki. The Buster Rifles are the same pair of high-performance beam rifles as equipped by the original Airmaster. The Buster Rifles are made of lightweight Luna titanium alloy to ensure the mobile suit's mobility. As a result, they only weigh about half that of normal beam rifles, while having equal, if not higher firepower. In fighter mode, each Buster Rifle is attached to the dedicated latch on the outside of each forearm and can be fired in this manner. In mobile suit mode, they're handheld when in use and stored on the side skirt armor when not needed. And yeah, the mobile suit can do all of that just like you just saw. It's also worth noting these have that same cool trigger finger that we saw quite recently on the Gundam F91, which goes into the trigger position. That's pretty cool. So these do hold in pretty well, but they are a little bit, well, wiggly. They're not going to fall out and they're not going to lose their pose. It's just they can kind of like wiggle a little bit inside the hand itself. Almost like they were designed for another kit like the F91. So although those Buster Rifles are the only actual weapons that we have in here, besides that there are some onboard weapons. The Airmaster is rocking some head Vulcans, just like you see with most Gundams. These are not color separated, just in the blue of the side of the head. We've got a nose beam cannon in the backpack section here, which becomes the nose of the flight form once it transforms, so we'll be seeing that a little bit later. And also up here we've got these flip out booster beam cannons up on the shoulder armor. Once again, we will be seeing these once it transforms later on, but these are nicely molded in gray and blue and look pretty cool. So now moving on to the build and the articulation, and this is a kit right here that is definitely solid as a rock. Takes that wiggle test in its stride quite well. Most of the time it'll flop a little bit, but not too much. This kit is very typical of the All Gundam project. We're talking the high-grade Gundam F91, the high-grade Turn A Gundam, those sort of kits that would have came out around 2013 and 2014. Definitely very solid, decent kits that have aged very well. But anyway, articulation time. In here we've got that standard double ball joint polycap neck. Actually, I'm going to pop these wings off so we can just get the mobile suit for this segment. Those are just 3mm pegs in there, so your typical attachment point. And pop this backpack off as well. Just strip it down to the Gundam. Full spin all the way around, and a little bit of a giggity goo. Not a whole lot though. Polycap shoulders aligned to move forward and back. Ball joint attachment. That right there is our forward. That right there is our back. Full 360 spin. That arm all the way up. Full upper arm spin. We've got a double jointed bend at the elbow. Typical ball joint wrist. This right here is part of the transformation, but kind of fun to play around with. Polycap ball for the ab crunch. So what that gets us is just, well, not a whole lot really. You have to pull it off that ball for it to move, and even then, mainly what we get here is rotation. Front skirting armor moves up, side skirting up, can point to the front, can point out to the back. Generic paralyzed basic butt flap. The hip here is one of those ones that rocks up and down. And there's our kick all the way up to the front. Not bad. All the way out to the back I expect to be blocked, and it is. Align those side skirts for the splits, and can the Airmaster Burst pull it off? Of course it can. Next up, full spin at the upper leg. We've got a double jointed bend at the knee. Now getting that foot on the ground to test the ankle. There it is all the way to the front. We've got some moving armor there. There it is all the way to the back, so not too shabby. Then as for the side-to-side pivot, yeah, I thought it'd be blocked by that armor, and it is a little bit. This is a transforming suit, so a toe bend is not unusual, but always appreciated. So as for the articulation in this kit, it is not bad at all. I know I keep referring to this as the standard Airmaster, but it is based heavily on that kit. I assume it's the same. I hopefully will get one sometime to review soon. But yeah, the articulation in here is very decent. Besides a little bit of limitation at the ab crunch and the side-to-side pivot at the ankles, it's actually better than I thought it would be. So now moving on to the transformation, and as usual with these videos, this is my first time ever doing this. For, well, 2 reasons. One, so I can remember just how easy or difficult it is. And the second is in case I break something permanently, which is not unusual. Anyway, this transformation isn't too difficult. just flip out those cannons on the shoulder, flip up the wings, bring the wings forward like so, flip the cannons facing forward, then you need to decapitate the Gundam, this head we do not need anymore. Flip up that nose section that was the backpack. There's a bit of a parts form here where you take off the chest section. That's the one we stuck the sticker on earlier on, and you pop that under the nose section. Then we've got this pretty cool flip up gimmick inside of the chest. This is impressive. Next up, we bring the arms down, angle them like this for some reason, I don't know why. Next it's time to bend those knees in that Zeta Gundam Wave Rider style. Bring down the toes, attach on the guns, and there you go. Honestly, quite simple and not a bad transformation. So anyway, there is the full spin of the fighter mode, and this is definitely not one of those flight forms that's going to give me a crisis of whether I want to put this in mecha mode or flight mode, because I much prefer the mecha. It's not bad by any means, it does disguise the front, or should I say top end of the Gundam quite well, but the legs hanging out the back in that Zeta Gundam vibe still to me look a little bit daft. It does look like something that might be able to fly. The wingspan is a little bit on the short side, but it does look anime accurate, and I guess that is the important thing. The coolest aspect about this to me though is the way the little section here from inside the torso is nicely designed. They actually made the effort of making that color separated with some nice detailing, so that is pretty cool. But like I said, the top end does look like some kind of actual little ship, so if you pop off the legs like so, now this I actually think looks pretty cool. Definitely awesome. The legs, however, still look like legs, but once again, anime accurate, and that's all that matters. So anyway, that right there is it for the review, and that is it for the high-grade Gundam Airmaster Burst. Once again, I have to say that I'm really loving these kits that came from the All Gundam project. Once again, this is not the standard Airmaster that came from that particular line of kits, but it is heavily based on it, and I cannot wait to someday get that kit too. I love this. The only real down point with this kit is the fact that you do need a couple of stickers and some black paint or panel lining to finish off the color, but besides that, for an older-ish kit, well, the kit that it's based on that is, it is very impressive, and I think, just like with the Gundam F91 before it, this is definitely gold tier. A kit that will not let you down. Sure, there isn't a lot of accessories in here, but what did the Airmaster have besides the onboard weapons and those buster rifles? So yeah, do you have the standard version of the Airmaster? Is it awesome? Let me know, because I definitely want me one of them, and if you want one of these, I got mine through BUYEE, and you can too. Link down there in the description, and I will see you next time. As always, I cannot end this video right here without thanking each and every one of you guys for watching this video, for dropping a like, subscribing, and of course to each and every one of you that supports me over on the channel memberships or over on Patreon, like Craig Jerry, Tyler Sanders, the Ambassador for Asymmetric Cats, Caleb Engelhart, Sean T, and Brian Perez.